Our entire area is still in that 2 out of 5 or slight risk on the severe weather scale for at least some pop-up isolated stronger or severe storms within that frontal line that could produce gusty winds, torrential rain that could lead to localized flooding issues. Well, the threat for severe weather has ended. The severe storms have really weakened and they're pushing out of the area, but the threat over the next few hours is just going to be lingering issues from what we had earlier, and that includes high water, flooding issues, because these storms dropped a lot of rain. If you look at all these bubbles popping up on our map too, these are storm reports that have come in via the National Weather Service. So we had hail, down trees, and a lot of power issues arise tonight, and that is still an ongoing problem, even though the storms themselves are starting to slowly but surely move out of the area. Now, we've still got some pretty heavy rainers, at least south of 460 right now, but you can see the bulk of that moisture starting to shift to the south, so we should quiet down in the next few hours. But a flash flood warning will continue well into the night for everyone you see in red there, and that will include portions of Wyoming, Buchanan, McDowell, Tazewell, Mercer, Bland counties tonight. High water is going to remain a concern overnight, even though the storms have already started to peel out of the area. We've had 1, 2, 3 inches of rain in a lot of places across southwest Virginia, especially. Look at Buchanan County, upwards of 4 to 6 inches of rain. So some high water will certainly be possible as that rain is still just running off. The ground's not able to absorb all that at one time. Flash flood warnings will continue for the next several hours for portions of Wyoming, Buchanan, McDowell, Tazewell, Mercer, Bland, and Giles counties. But if you are in that red, you're in the flash flood warning zone. There's a flash flood warning out through the overnight hours, at least for the next few hours, where flooding could be imminent or already occurring. So please take your time. If you've got to drive anywhere late tonight, high water is certainly an issue. Remember what we always say, turn around, don't drown, find an alternate route.
And it was an active evening yesterday. We had severe thunderstorms rolling through our area. We actually still have one warning still in effect, a flood warning for parts of Buchanan and McDowell County until 6:30 this morning. Reports of roads and bridges still underwater in some of those areas where they received a widespread 2 to 4 inches, but parts of the region saw over 6 inches of rain, or at least that's what was estimated on radar. You can see that bullseye right there at the Buchanan, McDowell, Tazewell, where all those counties come together. Lots of heavy rain produced by storms that just trained over that same area. Once again, we could be seeing some flooded roadways still this morning. Also debris. Once that water recedes, we could still have debris in the roadway and several reports of trees down and power lines down as well. Here's a radar loop showing why we're seeing so much damage today, why we saw so much flooding overnight and this morning in parts of McDowell, Buchanan, and Tazewell counties. You can see this line of storms formed and it just sat over the same area for several hours, producing very heavy rainfall. In fact, a widespread 2 to 4 inches was reported in parts of Buchanan, McDowell, and also Tazewell counties, but some spots, radar estimated above 6 inches of rain fell overnight in just a few hours. So a lot of heavy rainfall came down very quickly. That's resulted in some pretty big flooding in parts of McDowell, Buchanan, and Tazewell counties this morning. But with those gusty winds and the flooding does come the power outages. This is as of noon. Still many people without power, over 2,000 customers without power in Buchanan County. Also Fayette still being hit pretty hard right now.